I'm Noah, 32, and tonight they staged me like a ghost. The ballroom smelled of lilies and money. Ambition shivered under the strings. On the screen, Adrian, my older brother, and his fiancée, Celine. I hovered at the back where they prefer me. Present, ignorable. Adrian took the mic, arm around Celine. Thank you all, he purred. My little brother, Noah, will say a few words. Polite claps, eyes swung like searchlights. A tidy power play. I walked up, pulse steady. My parents, Victor and Miriam, wore tight smiles. Celine watched me with the calm of someone sure of victory. I didn't thank anyone. I took a small remote. Before a toast, I said, a short piece Celine's been very interested in. I clicked. The slideshow vanished. A new file replaced it. Conversation died. My father half rose. Celine went still. This wasn't a toast, it was a reckoning. To understand why, rewind 3 weeks to Sunday dinner. The ritual that always felt like court. Talk orbited Adrian. Condo, ski trip, newest win. I trimmed my chicken and practiced invisibility. Celine angled toward me. So you program? Mildew in the word. I'm a data scientist, I said. I co-founded Ariga Analytics. How adorable, her laugh tinkled. A little spreadsheet shop. My firm, Valence Capital, is acquiring a serious AI team. Real players. Brilliant algorithm. Keep your hobby fun size. The laughter was curated dismissal. Victor ruled, your brother moves real assets, Noah. You type in the dark. I explained my work. A forensic engine that flags sophisticated fraud. Celine waved it off, then fished. Languages, frameworks, pipelines, smiling like she'd paid me a compliment. I set my fork down. The silence cut. Afterward, I drove to the office. Liam, my co-founder, looked up. Sunday dinner? I gave him the highlights. He said, while you were surviving pot roast, Whitford Sterling called. Hartley himself, you're the cornerstone of the deal. Lead the new division. Cornerstone scrubbed the ash from my mouth. Then Adrian's engagement invite arrived, followed by an encrypted email. Be careful. Valence isn't buying. They're stealing. Their director thinks the founder is a chump. Celine's question snapped into focus. Less mockery than reconnaissance. Heat rose. I RSVP'd yes. The script would change. For 48 hours, Liam and I hunted. We turned Origa's cramped rooms into a war desk, whiteboards flaring with arrows, coffee cooling into rings. I pulled server logs. Valence's credential set looked tidy at first, standard queries, polite footprints. Then the rhythm changed. Bursts of traffic at 2 a.m., repeated probes at our source directory, fingers feeling for a latch. Our firewall held, but intent bled through. I traced a handful of sloppy early requests to a residential address. My stomach dropped when the lookup returned my cousin's name. Mark Avery. The good cousin. The one who always asked about my work like it mattered. I called. Why, Mark? I kept my voice low. What are you talking about? The IP that tried to crack my servers is yours. Paper silence. Then the flimsiest lie. I mentioned your startup to Adrian. Celine said her firm loved tech and I thought I was helping. Helping himself to proximity, to approval. I didn't shout. It doesn't matter what you meant, it matters what you did. I hung up to the sound of his breath snagging. We set the snare. I wrote a honeypot. A decoy vault that looked like a misconfigured path into the crown jewels. Access would trip a silent alarm, capture the screen, log keystrokes, even lift the room's audio for context. We mailed a routine maintenance notice to demo users, something that might tempt a hungry thief. Then I called the venue, pretending to be Adrian's assistant, confirmed HDMI specs, and scheduled myself a clean plug into the projector. The stage would be ready. Fortune sent one more card. Hartley from Whitford mentioned, offhand on a logistics call, he'd be at an old friend's engagement. Victor's. The man who'd called me the Cornerstone would be in the room when the Cornerstone spoke. When the trap finally snapped, it did so with bureaucratic lack of drama. An alert window blooming at 1:13 a.m., file name scraping, a voice crisp and unmistakable over soft office hum. Find the core, Celine said. Once we copy the model, we'll ship a clone. The founder won't see it coming. I transferred the capture, checked the timestamps twice, and slept 3 hours with my suit jacket over my chest like armor. And then the ballroom. I clicked the remote. Gasps braided into hush. On the screen, Valence's desktop, our decoy open. On the speakers, Celine instructing the break-in team by name. When the clip ended, I let the stillness stretch and found my voice. The little founder you meant, I said, is me. Ariga is my company, And Whitford Sterling finalized our deal this morning. I looked to Hartley. He lifted his chin, solemn as a gavel. The old script burned. The room unraveled. People drifted for the doors, avoiding eye contact. Celine's color drained. She fled. I didn't slow. Hartley reached me first. Unorthodox, he said. Righteous. A handshake. Verdict delivered. My family made a small island amid the clatter. Victor thundered. You embarrassed us. No, I said. You preferred a story where I didn't exist. Adrian stared like I'd worn a stranger's face. In the garage, they tried again. Pleas, bargains, then blame. I let them spend it all. I won't bankroll, shield, or soothe, I said. If you want help, start with accountability. The elevator closed on their silence. 6 months reshaped everything. Auriga became Whitford Sterling's AI group. I led a team that argued and built. We turned fraud detection into prevention. Crises died before they were born. Liam taped a photo above my monitor. A remote on a palm. Caption, choose. One evening in Lisbon, I wrote postcards between espresso and wind. No speeches, no metrics. Streets older than anyone's opinion. I sent one to Liam, one to myself. Back at the hotel, I paused at the mirror. Not a ghost at the feast. A man with his own table. I switched off the light and slept.